Louise! It was great to see you again earlier.
Oh, Luna. Sure, me too.
I see you're as gloomy as ever. We finally got to meet again 3 years after you left the company. You should be a little more pleased.
Well, to be honest, I'm not pleased.
What? Why? I'm your big brother's fiance, you know. Your future sister-in-law. I'll be your big sister before long.
The thought of the person responsible for getting me chased out of the company being my brother's fiance is more than a little unpleasant.
Oh, come on. That was way back.
Way back? To me, it was only 3 years ago. I got fired because you spread a rumor that I was stalking one of the company executives. To tell you the truth, seeing your face again made me feel sick. Or rather, I actually threw up.
Oh, so that's why you disappeared halfway through, LOL. Don't exaggerate. Anyway, mine and Tommy's marriage is already decided. So do your best to get used to me, okay?
Hey, big bro, there's something I want to talk to you about. Can you give me a minute?
What is it? I don't have time to waste on you. Make it quick.
Thanks. It's about Luna.
Huh? What about Luna?
Did you know she was my coworker at the company I used to work at?
Yeah, I heard yesterday. She was the only one who had your back when you were being accused of stalking, right?
What?
You're lucky someone kind enough to help the likes of you is going to be your sister-in-law. After we get married, you better do everything she says and get out of your way to make her happy.
That's not true.
Huh?
It's not true. She's the one who spread the stalking rumor in the first place.
What? Watch your mouth! Do not insult my fiancé!
But...
What the hell is with you? Who would try to discredit such an amazing woman? No way. Could it be that you actually were stalking him back then?
No, I wasn't. What I said about Luna is true.
I just spoke to Mom, Dad, and Luna about what you said.
Huh?
Luna broke down in tears, and Mom and Dad sighed at what an embarrassment of a daughter you are.
Are you all together?
The four of us are at a restaurant now.
But what about me?
If you were here, you'd cause a gloomy atmosphere. Anyway, looks like we did the right thing not to bring you. Get out of the house!
What?
You're not getting away with insulting my fiancé. At this rate, you'd probably end up bullying her when she moves in after we get married.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't trust you. Here's a message from Dad. You have until the end of this week to find somewhere else to live and get out. That's what he said.
Even if you say that all of a sudden...
You turned into a neat shut-in after getting fired from your last job. This is just the medicine you need.
A neat shut-in? I told you, I work from home. If not for Luna, I wouldn't be so anxious about going out and working in an office in the first place.
Don't change the subject. Do not insult the person I love. Get your stuff together and get out.
Right. No matter what I say, you won't believe me, will you?
That's because I have no reason to believe you. Even way back when. Ever since you were a kid, whenever you were asked to do something, you'd always do a second-rate job. You're nothing like me. Everyone's always loved me because I've walked the elite's path my whole life.
Fine. I'll leave soon. In any case, I can't look at Luna's face without wanting to throw up. So I can't live with her anyway.
I said, do not insult my fiancé!
Once I'm gone, I'll never contact you again.
Great. Please don't.
Hey, Louise, I heard. You got kicked out of the house, huh? What a relief.
Does it really make you that happy?
Well, I was kind of looking forward to bullying you into submission. But I'll be less stressed with you gone, so I guess I'm grateful.
I see.
Anyway, hurry and get out, okay? Because I'll be having your bedroom when you're gone.
I'm sure you'll take great pleasure in that. I was only ever nothing but an obstacle to you after all.
Toodles!
Louise, it's been a while.
Who's this?
I think you know. It's Tommy, your big brother.
What do you want?
Hey, show some respect. That's no way to talk to me after I went out of my way to contact you. The rudest person I've met in my life.
Rude? What do you mean?
You didn't tell your family you got married, did you?
Oh, that. I did tell you that I'd never contact you again after I left the house. And you're the one who agreed with me. I'm not even sure why I didn't block you.
Cut the crap. More importantly, I have something important to talk to you about.
What?
I need you to get me $75,000 before the end of the month.
What?
Don't bother trying to hide it. I know you married an up-and-coming young businessman.
Oh, you know.
One of my coworkers is your old classmate. I was shocked when he first told me.
Is that what you meant just now when you called me rude?
That's right. I'll consider your apology included in the $75,000. You're finally going to do something useful for our family. You should be honored.
LOL. I did wonder what you were gonna say.
Huh?
Is this domineering attitude really the way to speak to someone you're asking a favor from? Because all I can hear is a desperate little man with delusions of grandeur throwing a tantrum.
What did you just say? I don't need to hear that from someone who just married a guy for his money!
I'm not sure what exactly you think is going on here, but me and him started dating back in high school.
Huh?
I didn't want you bad-mouthing him too, so I hid the fact I had a boyfriend. We've been dating for over 10 years, so he's fully aware of my family's circumstances. And when I was accused of being a stalker and chased out of my job, he believed me and stayed by my side. We decided we wouldn't be introducing him or announcing the marriage to you after discussing it with his parents.
That's a different matter! Getting hold of this $75,000 is your duty for your family!
What do you want $75,000 for?
Huh?
You say it so casually, but that's a lot of money. You think I'm just gonna do what you say without a reason?
We're renovating the house. It's your family home too, so it's the least you could do.
Nope.
What?
But even putting that aside, I don't trust your reason for wanting it in the first place.
Watch your mouth!
So yeah, basically, this conversation's over.
Wait!
Bye!
Wow, Louise, you married that young businessman? That's amazing! You did well to bag yourself such a high-spec guy.
What?
Hurry up and introduce me to him.
Why?
He's wasted on you, so I'll take him off your hands.
Is this why you contacted me after 5 years? Are you crazy?
Well, someone's self-assured.
You're my brother's wife. You are aware that a relationship with anyone but my
Brother would be cheating, right? Ew, look who's all cocky now. I understand that marrying such a high-spec guy probably gave you a confidence boost.
Is that all you wanted to say?
What?
My brother contacted me yesterday as well. The things he said were equally moronic. You're the perfect couple.
Hey!
I bet you're here to pester me for cash, right?
Huh?
My brother ordered me to give him $75,000 out of the blue. I thought it was weird. So I asked a friend who I thought might be in the know. When I did, I found out that you're in $75,000 worth of debt. And the reason it's so high is because you borrowed from a black market company. So it snowballed into $75,000 because of the absurd interest rates.
I didn't know it was a legal loan.
You should research who you're going into business with before you do any business with them. Even if you lose everything, they won't let you off the hook till you've paid them back every penny. And what's more, you borrowed in my brother's and parents' names too, didn't you?
Well, I couldn't borrow under my own name anymore.
Even so, That doesn't mean you should drag your husband and his parents into your mess.
I will be spoken to like that by someone who got booted out.
You're right, but I'd never treat my husband or his family like that. They're too important to me.
Huh?
As far as being wives, our positions are the same. But if it had been me, I would never cause so much trouble for my husband or his parents. That's why I'm criticizing you.
Fine. Can I have $75,000 then? I'm willing to take back what I said about taking your husband from you. But if you don't want your husband to find out about your stalker past, I suggest you get me that $75,000 immediately.
You do know that misunderstanding was cleared up, right?
No, LOL. It ended with you getting fired. Surely you can see it's going to take a miracle for him to believe you.
Good grief, you're something else. Hey, Luna. Has it not occurred to you that you reach a point of no return after going through life as such a dimwit for so long?
What do you mean?
I told my brother too. Me and my husband have been dating since high school.
Huh? High school?
So he knows about the whole stalker affair. He also knows it was a misunderstanding. He also knows that it was you who spread the rumor. Also, he knows the person who was really stalking the executive was you, Luna.
Huh? That's nonsense.
My husband hired a private investigator to look into it back then.
A private investigator?
Moving behind the scenes, he gathered evidence proving that I wasn't the one doing the stalking. The only reason I didn't release your name at the time is because I didn't want to deal with the hassle of you resenting me.
Wait, you're lying, right?
My husband had my back the whole time, and we watched it all unfold together. That's why your threat is meaningless. He wouldn't give a suspicious woman like you the time of day anyway. It goes without saying, but I won't be helping my brother or parents either.
That being the case, good luck paying off the debt entirely on your own.
So, that $75,000 worth of debt was apparently from when she ended up having an affair with the executive she'd been stalking. She started paying him contributions so he wouldn't dump her, which eventually amounted to $75,000. My brother found out the truth, but he was so proud of his reputation as being elite that he lacked the courage to go through with a divorce due to how it might affect his image in the eyes of the world. He attempted to have me, his little sister, who he looks down on and sees as gullible, take on the debt on their behalf. Sadly, that ended in failure. To add insult to injury, some scary-looking debt collectors began a merciless assault on my brother's workplace. When word of his massive debt got out, he voluntarily resigned before they could fire him. Him and my parents had to give up their house, and he and Luna, who started working night jobs, got divorced. Now, they're all spending their days separately, working themselves to exhaustion to pay off the debt.
Edison, are you coming back early today?
Sorry, Jamie? I might be running a bit late today.
How much later is a bit?
Probably about 2 hours.
I don't think that's just a bit. And didn't you say you would apply for maternity leave? It's already been a week since I was discharged from the hospital. When will you be able to take it?
Well, I applied for it a while ago. But it seems that without my help, the office would be in trouble. It's not possible anytime soon. But don't worry, I'll be home from next week.
Will you be home for sure? I don't mind going back to my parents to nurse our baby. And since you were busy with work, I could just let my parents know and return home. I am tired as I cannot get enough sleep and I am at my limit. I feel lightheaded when I'm awake and sometimes I fall asleep while breastfeeding Ellie.
Could you try and tide over this week? I'll take care of Ellie when I get home today. You can sleep during that time.
If I really get through this week, will I be able to rest?
Yeah, you can definitely take a break. After all, I have applied for maternity leave. I won't go to work no matter what the company says.
Well, if you say so, I'll believe you. But I won't be able to make dinner today. I don't think I can take it.
Yep, it's fine if you don't make dinner. I'll get a takeout and eat it while working. What will you have for dinner? Should I buy dinner back for you?
I'm okay. I ordered a lentil vegetable meal from Grubhub.
I see. What about Ellie? Is she asleep?
Not yet. I just finished feeding her milk. I'm currently trying to cradle her to sleep, but it seems like she isn't falling asleep.
Well, it's only been a fortnight since she was born. You'll be able to sleep well after a few more days. That's what they said in the baby nursing class anyways.
It's still hard on me since that seems pretty far away. Whew. I've been breastfeeding for about 2 to 3 hours since I woke up.
It's like torture.
I don't think that's funny. But I guess this is how we all start, right? From a baby to where we are now.
That's true. Now that I've become an adult, I admire how my parents were able to bring me up where I am now.
That's right. I've become more grateful to my parents because of this. But it's difficult for me right now. Even though Ellie is so cute. I don't feel like doing anything else other than wanting to fall asleep.
I know. I'm sorry for putting you through so much. But starting next week, I'll be able to be with you and help you take care of Ellie. It's tough, but let's get through it together.
Yeah. You are so busy. I feel bad for bothering you. Ever since I was discharged, all I did was complain to you.
It's fine. I wasn't able to be there for you properly. Well then, when I get home, we will talk about our baby.
Okay. Don't overwork yourself, all right? Be careful on your way home. What do you mean by this, Edison? You said you were able to take maternity leave, right? Why did you suddenly have to go on a business trip?
It can't be helped. There was a little accident which occurred with a distant business partner.
Didn't you say you will be staying home starting this week? I even caught a cold because I was losing sleep due to nursing. Why do you even have to go on this trip while on maternity leave?
It's an order from the company. An emergency like this is something only I can handle, since there is nothing they can do. It's a case that only I can handle.
You should have just told me that from the beginning. It would have been better for me to go back to my parents and spend time nursing there. I didn't do that because I trusted you to be beside me. Please don't make promises you can't keep.
Don't say that. I'm working hard here for the both of you.
I know that. But I told you that raising a newborn is difficult, right? It was you who told me you would be able to support me at this difficult time.
You know that there are people in this world who raise their children alone, right? Isn't it too much to complain that I can't take care of my child because of work? You can say you are sleepy or tired, but every other mother would just go through it like it was normal.
What?
Just think about it more. Aren't there husbands who work at companies that don't allow them to take maternity leave? I think you are coming on to me too hard.
So it's my fault?
I guess you are lacking in the patience department, aren't you? In the case of new mothers, you are kind of lacking behind. In the first place, my mother brought me up all by herself, and that was considered normal. It's just 1 week, and you've already gone haywire. I think I have spoiled you.
I am not mad at you for making me raise your child alone. I am angry because I said it would be better for us if I went back, but you stopped me.
If so, why don't you go on home? It will be all right if you stay there until my business trip is over.
Are you really saying this at this time?
Well, you can't take this alone, right? Then just go. In the first place, if I fell sick, it would be hard to look after the baby alone. Stop pestering me like this. I don't want to be upset, as I must attend this business trip.
Falling sick and this are different stories. You really are selfish. Trusting you might have been a poor choice.
What do you mean by that?
Do you think I don't know that? Whatever, I'm going back to my parents.
That will be better for you. Since then, you won't complain about my work anymore. Also, when you get back home, you will probably have some free time. Why don't you look into single mother households? There are a lot of single mothers who worked hard after all. You should realize you are being too demanding. Jamie, are you still at your parents'?
Of course.
I just came back from my business trip, but my stuff is gone. Why is the room kind of empty? Did you do some decluttering?
Yeah, I figured I'd throw you away. I guess this can be considered decluttering. I brought my own stuff back home, too.
What? Are you still angry over the fight we had before my business trip? Come on now. You don't have to pack up and leave all of a sudden.
No, I can't take it anymore. I don't think I can live with you anymore.
Was I wrong? Are you planning to live separately just because I can't leave work on time?
I want a divorce, not living separately.
Divorce? Did I do something that bad? Isn't it just me not being able to do maternity because of work?
It wasn't work, wasn't it?
What?
For the sake of your affair, you went on a trip instead of taking care of our child. That is why I want a divorce.
Huh? What are you talking about? I wouldn't do that.
Since you went on that trip, I fell sick and went to the hospital. My mother is driving to your house in 3 hours to bring the baby to you. So please take care of Ellie in the meantime. On my way home from the hospital, I met your colleague Shane. I heard it all from him. He said you were at home on maternity leave.
Isn't that during the maternity leave period?
You are both part of the same department. And he doesn't even know that you were on an emergency business trip?
Well, our positions are different, so...
I don't want to hear your excuses! I logged onto your account for a tour website, and I saw that you bought a tour pack for 2, didn't you? So did you or did you not go on a trip?
No, that? I only applied for that pack because it was cheap. I was really working.
There were 2 people booked for the tour.
That is for a colleague who went with me.
I thought it was a business trip that only you can handle. Also, I contacted your company just to be sure, but they told me you were in the middle of maternity leave. Isn't it funny? You were on maternity leave since I left the hospital after giving birth. So what have you been doing besides working?
Sorry.
What do you mean, sorry? Is it because of the affair you had? Are you finally feeling guilty only now?
No.
What reason? Wasn't that for cheating? I will also look through your phone. If the stories do not match, I will divorce you immediately.
I went out with a woman.
I thought so.
No, but it's different. I wasn't serious about that. You are the one I want to be with, and I don't want a divorce. It's just that I was fooling around with her.
Shut up! It makes me angry. Enough with the excuses. Come to my parents' house right now and show us all the information and interaction of this person that you had an affair with. Where and what have you been up to, and when you met this person and whom you had an affair with? I will have you tell me everything. If you lie or delete the history of your interactions, I won't let you off easily.
Jamie, please give me another chance. Let's meet one more time and talk this through.
We will meet when we are signing the divorce papers. We can talk about it at that time. I am currently busy taking care of Ellie.
I'm really sorry about what happened.
As I said when you came to my parents' house, it's not enough for you to apologize. You've been having an affair ever since I was pregnant. What's more, after going on maternity leave, you went to the home of the person you were having an affair with instead of looking after your own child. Not only that, but you also went on a tour with her straight after. I guess your very own family came in second in your heart.
I wanted to go on that tour with the 2 of you. I went to that person's house because...
Oh, you mean the story of how she will expose the relationship to me and force us to break it off?
Yeah. Right after giving birth, you were on edge, weren't you? You weren't in the best of health physically and mentally. If you heard I was cheating, then I fear you might have collapsed.
Why has the story changed to something like that? And no matter what, it would have hurt me mentally regardless. But in all honesty, you just didn't want to be exposed to be having an affair, right? Stop changing the story to fit your agenda!
No, I was really worried about you.
Can you stop thinking that you didn't do anything wrong? If you hadn't had the affair in the first place, this wouldn't have happened, right?
But I wasn't serious about that relationship. It was just a relationship, just for fun. And yet, this happened. I don't know what I should have done either.
So you think I would forgive you if it wasn't serious? Do you think that if you weren't serious, it is okay to commit any crime?
Well, I don't think you would. But I just couldn't help it.
Do you think that it is excusable for going to your affairs house and traveling when you should be helping me? But the fault lies with you. A married man found another woman to play around with and then getting blackmailed by her. During that time, I was nursing our child while my mind and body broke. I knew about your affair even then. How can you think that it's possible for us to even get back together? It's impossible for me.
I really want to be together with the both of you, I swear. I am deeply sorry about cheating on you. But I have never thought to break up our family like this.
That just means you had just no courage to cheat and be prepared for divorce, right? You were in the wrong about thinking that it was okay to play with her until I gave birth to begin with. Blame only yourself if you are going to blame someone. I think I will never forgive you for the rest of my life.
I'd do anything you want from now on. I will watch over Ellie whenever need be. I can also do all household chores. As long as you come back to me, that's all I need. Please, please come back home.
Never. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. I don't want that filthy hand that you used to touch another woman to touch my daughter.
But I told you everything truthfully. I showed you my phone because I don't want to separate from you. I never actually lied to you.
I didn't say I wouldn't divorce you if you told me everything. You just expected me to forgive your infidelity, didn't you? Well, now you can at least understand the pain of having your expectations betrayed, no?
I really don't want a divorce. I really treasure the both of you a lot. I don't want us all to separate.
But you separated us yourself. I risked my life to give birth to our child, and you can't even help by taking care of her, so I went back to my parents for help. Even though I was raising her by cutting back on sleep, you, my husband, were spending the time at the house of another woman, leaving me exhausted at home while you went on a tour with said woman. If you say you don't want to be apart, you should have stayed with me when I needed your help.
It's because the other person is threatening me.
But you were the cause of that! Besides, did you forget what you said to me before going on that trip? As a mother, I was told that I was too spoiled, and I wasn't doing my best. This is something you should never say, even if you are having an affair.
Sorry. I was trying my best too. I wanted to take care of our child and help you more, Jamie. I really do. I never meant to break this family apart.
You are the one to break this household apart, so stop playing the victim! I don't need a husband that prioritizes the person he is having an affair with over his family.
Jamie, please forgive me. I beg of you. I will never ever cheat again. And I will definitely prioritize our family. I promise to be a good father.
It's all right. I already decided to raise my daughter as a single parent after all. Isn't that what you said? In this world, there are plenty of single mothers who can be independent. That's why I will be a strong mother that won't be dependent on another. After all that, my former husband came to my parents' house many times because he didn't want to be divorced. But in the end, we both sat down and talked it over and decided to divorce. I can't deny the fact that my daughter's father is my former husband, but I can no longer trust him as a partner. Of course, I thought about my daughter and considered marrying another to rebuild a family. But I decided to become a single mom rather than raising her with a man that may not love her. Also, it seems like Edison broke up with his partner after the affair was exposed. But it seems like his partner wanted to formally date him. I heard that because of this, he was stalked by his ex-partner for a long time. But honestly, I don't care about what happens to my former husband. However, if it put my daughter in danger, I think that divorcing that man was the right decision. But it seems like my former husband has reflected on the affair, and he pays child support every month as well as visiting once a month. I don't think we'll ever be a couple again, but as long as he doesn't betray his daughter, then all that is fine. If he takes care of his daughter, I have no complaints. And here I am, raising my daughter at home with the support of my parents. My physical strength is starting to return to normal after giving birth, and my physical condition has been improving. And recently, the amount of time my daughter spends sleeping has increased, and I no longer have to nurse as much as before. Whew! Of course, my parents are very helpful in raising my child, so I want to remember to be grateful and not be too pampered. I'm still learning as a mother, but I will strive to grow alongside my daughter. It is my decision to be a single mother, after all. In order for that decision to not make it hard for my daughter, I will make sure to fill her up with love and make her feel glad that she was born.